If you want to save money on your trading card purchases, we have a promo link over at 50cards.shop. Enter the promo code ATNIGHT to get 5% off your order. Hey everybody, welcome to Nexus Night, your weekly Vanguard podcast. I'm Atlas.
I have a box.
I'm root beer. What's in the box?
A thing. It's not card game related. Well, not this card game related, if that makes sense.
So it's for a different card game?
No, it's not really. It's not really a card game thing at all.
Okay.
It is just vaguely related to Battle Spirits. But what is in this box? Everyone ready?
Yeah.
There's another box.
We're doing a box opening for a podcast.
And in this box, is the aerial Gundam.
Oh my god!
Oh, you're building a high grade.
Yeah, well, it's these things are kind of annoying to get depending on where you are. And somebody was like, "My store has a ton of them," and I was like, "Give me one." Because they work at a Target, and they were like, "Yeah, literally stand next to like 7 of them all day," and I was like, "Give me."
There are some Targets where they just randomly have a lot of good like nerd stuff.
Yeah, it's weird. It's but like none of it's in any place that anybody would actually look.
Yeah,
is what's bizarre.
It's always that like weird perforated wall next to the cash register, or it's by the electronics. Either or.
You know, it is. It's like that.
Yeah, like I managed to find 3 of the Trap Tricks TDs for Yu-Gi-Oh, which literally you can make like a halfway competent deck by.
Yeah, my locals has 1 billion of those.
Yeah, and like just. I stumbled upon them and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm going to buy these.
There you
go. Anyway, so it's been been 2 weeks because we didn't have anything to do last week. So we're going to catch up. What?
I said my bad.
Okay. Well, it's not your bad. It's just.
Also, on last Thursday, I had a successful tournament, but not in any card game. Instead, in Street Fighter 6.
Fighter 6.
Where I got 5th place.
Awesome. Good
job. Sayjam Discord tournament. It was pretty dope. I'm playing this Blanca character who's a weirdo.
I went to a Super Smash Bros. Tournament with a comedian friend of mine, and he managed to capture the exact moment where my young Link got screen KO'd and then put it up on Instagram. And he was like, doing his best. I'm like, thanks, Max. So I did not get 5th place. I didn't even get 5th place.
I was taking part in Pixiv Drawfest, which is just like an online streaming thing.
Nice. How'd that go? Did you draw?
Yeah, I drew. It wasn't like the best drawing ever, but like I drew.
Look, you gotta be proud of what you create, or something. Or be like next time, or be like me, where like next time I need to do blah 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 blah. And then don't do any of those things.
Sounds about correct. Anyway, back on the topic of high grades. Mine are still rotting somewhere in my closet like God intended.
Nice. I've never actually built one of these before, so this will be a fun experience. And I'm like, this is my first one. Here we go.
Let us know what happens.
One of these days, we're just going to have a high grade building stream.
Maybe.
It's not the worst idea. We've done streamed for dumber things. Anyway, so 2 weeks of stuff to catch up on, and whatever the hell else we feel like, I will title it after. So I know we ripped on Token Ranbu, or I ripped on Token Ranbu, but
like Token Ranbu this time is actually kind of interesting.
Is it though?
It is. I think this is a very interesting way of doing a collab clan.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'll read it since I'm
the only one who cares. I'm not doing this. No.
Okay, so there's a lot of text on this card. It's called Training Tools. It is a set order. So you can have a total of 5 cards in your ride deck, including this card, 3 cards from grade 0 to 2, and a unit card without Kiwame in its name, and this card is placed face up. When you stand up, so at the start of the game, you put it into your order zone, choose the unit card without Kiwame in its card name from your ride deck, put it into the order zone face up, and it undergoes training. So your Vanguard loses all of its abilities. You cannot normal ride from your hand, and when you would ride from the ride deck, you can do it for free. If there are no cards in your ride deck and you did not ride this turn, you put the card in training into your soul. Search your deck or hand for one card that has the same name and Kiwame. Ride it as stand, and if you search your deck, or shuffle. If you rode, put this card into the soul, and you get a crest according to the Vanguard's race.
Oh my god!
Like this is a very dense card, but scroll down.
It reminds me of the Order of Ragnarok or the Record of Ragnarok stuff, where it's just so much.
So how the training tools gimmick work is your ride deck is grade 0 to 2, the training set order, and then the unit card of your choice. When you stand up, it starts training, and then when you would ride to grade 3, because there's nothing in your ride deck anymore, you instead put the guy that you were training into your soul, and then search for its Kiwame form. So this essentially allows you to play any grade of unit as your Vanguard. Because the thing about Token Rambu is it's a gacha game-ish. So there's all these different sword boys, and your favorite sword boy might not be the sword boy that they gave actual relevant abilities to.
Yeah.
So this allows you to just play anything you want, which, if you're coming into this from the collab perspective, is appealing, because, if you just want to play your favorite sword boy and your favorite sword boy sucks, well, now it no longer sucks, theoretically.
I can appreciate that, where they're reaching across the gap where you're not forced to go, okay, well, this is the top tier one, so if you want to
this is the good one, so you have to play this one. I don't know if we actually want to read all the crests. Because I also don't know where all the crests are distributed as far as where they are in our reveals tab.
I mean,
we can just read the ones that are on here.
Yeah, sure.
So for the Tonto one, so all of the crests have the same thing, where you can't write something with a different name. All of the cards with the same name as your Vanguard become grade 3s with 13k, 1 crit, twin drive persona ride, and it loses all of its original power, abilities, and shield value. And then, so the Tonto gains, on attack, counterblast 1, your opponent cannot call grade 1s or greater, so it just becomes glory. And then during your opponent's main phase, all your rear guards cannot be chosen by their card effects.
By your opponent's card effects?
Yeah.
So they have protection from, say, Gandiva that I just got my ass kicked by 5 minutes ago?
Yes. Although Gandiva will still go plus 1,000,000 anyways, even if they don't retire anything.
That's true, but still. All right.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat. I guess, one downside is that it then takes, the identity out of it if all of the things now become this one effect.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well,
Wakizashi.
Yeah, it's based on, what sword type they are. So Wakizashi gets... They all have the same thing, so you can't ride the different name. They all become grade 3s. Start of battle phase, all rear guards get 5k, and when this unit is attacked, you can counterblast 1, reveal the top card of your deck, add it to your hand, and for that battle, increase the power by the revealed card shield value.
See, that's how you do a defensive stuff. They should have just gave that to OTT 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Let's see. Uchigatana.
Yeah, so that one is when it attacks, you can counterblast 1, stand a rear guard, and this unit gets 10k. And when your rear guard is attacked, you can soul blast 1. All of your rear guards cannot be retired even when hit.
Okay. Utachi.
Let's see. Otachi is
Itachi.
when it attacks 10k. This unit gets 10k until end of battle. Then you can counterblast, stand a grade 3 rear guard. When this unit's attack hits a Vanguard, discard the top card of your deck. If you discard a trigger, deal your opponent a damage.
Okay. I don't like that one that much.
Yeah. That one's And then I don't know if there are any more crests we need to go over. There are.
Wait, going down. More reveals.
You're going to have to scroll down for a while. Whenever you hit the set 11 promos, I do want to talk about those.
Okay. Wait, is this for
That's the
No.
stand-up decks. Do you want to talk about those?
I'll speed through these real quick. Okay, so the stand-up decks, that being the Graham Grace, the Fabernil, and the Orphis things that are coming out later in a few months. So we got a couple more of those. So Knight of Soaring Refinement Defen, something like that. Grade 2. What? What's so funny?
No, I'm just going like.
No vowels. Y is sometimes a vowel. All right. Auto on rear when your grade 3 or greater unit in the center column attacks. If you have a Vanguard with Graham Grace in its name, the attacking unit gets plus 5k till end of that battle. So that's kind of neat. And then auto in the front row rear when this unit attacks. If you have a Vanguard with Graham Grace and your units in the center column attacked 2 or more times this turn, counterblast 1, and this gets plus 15k till end of battle. So make something else a beat stick, and it itself becomes a beat stick.
Yes, it's okay.
Not too bad. Let's see. Purgatory Baron Herodotus. You're right. This is a thing with no vowels. Matt, you want to read this one? Or?
Sure.
Yeah.
So this is a Dark States card, grade 3. Auto on rear at the end of battle, this unit attack a Vanguard. If you have Vanguard with Fabernil in its card name, put this unit to Soul. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. Sure.
Okay.
And then in Soul, at the start of your ride phase, if you have Vanguard with Fabernil in this card name, you can bind this card, discard a card, perform Persona Ride. You cannot activate Persona Ride via other card effects or ride until the end of turn.
So Fabernil's the one where you can only have one copy, meaning you can't Persona Ride normally.
Right. So this is your Persona Ride.
Yes.
And it does shove itself in Soul, which is pretty good. And
yeah, so it gives Fabernil extra grades.
Yep. There you go.
It's like it the first skill helps activate the second skill. So
right. This is kind of one of those cards that's kind of built to be necessary, huh?
Yeah.
So not too bad. And then for the Orphis deck, you have Polaraxis.
I feel like it should be Polar Axis, but there's no A there, so it's Polarxis.
Sure. So grade 2, 10k for Red Gate. When this is placed on rear, if you have a Vanguard with Orphis, Soul Blast 1, put a world card in your drop zone with a different name from the cards in your order zone and put it in your order zone. So if you have Eclipse Moonlight, you got to put one of the other ones. Yeah. And then auto, if this unit is put from rear or hand to the drop zone during your battle phase, if your world is a Dark Knight or Abyssal Dark Knight, you may draw one. That is so good.
Yeah. So this just makes up for the discard cost of Orphis. Or if you call over it.
Oh, that's true. Good point. That's very vague.
Yeah, because it's just put from rear guard circle to the drop zone. So if you call over it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's stuff that calls tokens mid battle phase. So
yes, Orphis.
Yeah. No, but I can't remember if it was that or there's stuff where it's just during the main phase, then you use it for stuff.
Well, it's specifically put into the drop zone during the battle phase. This is designed for Orphis Regis.
I know. Let's see. Stuff, more target numbers stuff.
There's the promo. There's the booster promos.
Okay, yeah.
So we're still not getting Imposa because fuck you, Jeweled players. We're finally getting the Snek.
Yeah.
We're getting the grade 3 for Stoicheia way earlier than any of the other grade 3s, I feel like. And then we're getting shinier versions of existing. We're also getting Versatile Assembler, and then instead of giving us Imposa, we're just getting a shiny version of Mabel because fuck you, Jeweled players.
Yeah, that seems very mean of them to do.
I have no idea how people are supposed to cope on Jeweled without Imposa right now.
Well, because you were talking about it in the video we just put up. Go check that out. I guess the case opening. Where you were saying that Japan's strategy for playing Jeweled was just go all ham at face, and you need Imposa for that. Right?
Yes. Otherwise, you only have Rock Arger, and you're only making 4 attacks instead of 5. So it's just Okay, well, the deck is cope no matter what, but now it's like even worse because the one thing it was good at, it's not as good at anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna have like a Nebra disc type effects going on here, where like it was good for a time, and then by the time it shows up in English, it's too little, too late.
I mean, even in Japan, it was only good for like a week.
Okay, whatever.
Like,
DDD. I don't know why I'm like doing all these Yu-Gi-Oh references right now, but
while we're doing that, like Zorga players are basically branded players.
Dude, you're right. Here's another.
So the ability of Tachi. So at the start of your battle phase, you reveal the top card, choose one of your opponent's rear guards, retire it if it's a trigger, discard it if it isn't. At the end of the battle attack, you can counterblast 2, stand it, it gets drive -1. So it just makes your Vanguard a restander.
Yeah, at least you're not tied to having to like hit or get a trigger for the restand. Like the restand's always going to happen.
I think there's somehow still. Oh my god, how are there so many of these?
How many? Okay, Yari, which is
Yari. So when this unit battles all units in a column in one attack. On attack, reveal the top card of your deck. It gets plus 26 if it's a trigger unit, and discard it if it isn't. Yeah, I don't know what it is. 26,000.
What a bizarre number.
Yeah. I guess with a booster, then that makes it.
No,
no,
that makes 27
numbers. Yeah. What's the?
So
I don't know.
Goes up to 39 plus 8 is 47. That's 7. What?
Dude,
I don't understand.
Yeah.
You know what? Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Does the number 26 have something to do with like?
I don't know. I don't know anything about Token Ranbu.
Could be flavor stuff. Who knows?
All right.
There's a Naginata crest. Are there? So at the start of your battle phase, reveal the top card. Choose one of your opponent's rear guard, less than or equal to the revealed card. You can until the end of your opponent's next turn. It cannot move, cannot stand. And then if it's a normal unit, you discard it.
And then it also has like the Vermilion battles.
Yeah, and it battles all the front row.
Okay, I really don't like a lot of these. Like, all right, I know it's a gotcha game, and like, haha, you gotta like make sure it's a trigger and then discard it if it isn't. Like, I wouldn't be using any of the ones that are like, all right, big effect if you like see a trigger. And then if not, just discard it. Sucks for you.
Well, no, because you need to stun something with less than or equal to, so you actually want to reveal a normal unit, but you also have to discard it. All right, that should be all of the crests. So now let's move on to all of the big reveals.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, people who aren't fans of Token Ranbu, like I am.
Are you?
Okay.
Are you a big browser game enjoyer?
First up, we have the ban list for Japan.
Oh yeah, this is completely out of left field.
So they're giving another hit to Ebisu, and apparently not even the correct one.
Oh really?
Yeah. And then I think on their PDF they were like, "Yes, we know Gondiva is crazy. We're looking at it.
Perfect.
We're staring at Gondiva menacingly."
I mean, it did like okay, English notwithstanding. For JP. They've had it.
And Japan's been out for a while, so I think they're looking at Gondiva and will list them menacingly right now.
Okay,
is what they said at the PDF.
Yeah,
and then they know Ebisu has been around forever, so they're hitting it again. And apparently, this isn't even the correct hit.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Why does this happen? Like every once in a while, whatever game you're playing, they'll just be like, "We're gonna hit the thing," and then it's just like a non-hit. We're like, "All right, you can only use this at 2." Well, I mean, we were already using it at 2, so
look,
play the correct ratio.
They're trying to help you.
Yeah. Well, this was at 3. Now it's at 2. So you can play one less copy of it. But yeah, they hit one of them to 1. We don't have Ebisu. This is like a non-hit for us. They are also restricting this grade 1 in premium because apparently it causes an infinite loop.
Yeah, Knight of Insulation Carinus, which infinite loop aside, this is almost never used in Gold Paladin. This is the one where it's like you rest it, give something 4K, and then if like unite something with a counter,
nice.
Whatever. Like it's fine. It's not.
But, they banned it for an infinite loop.
Fine, that's good. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
But yeah, if we were to do theoretical hits to things, Gondiva, you probably just choice restrict Best Harvest, right? Like that immediately stops the ability to go plus 1,000,000 while wiping your board. Let's see. They were also looking at what's her face, Willista. If I was gonna touch Willista, either choice restricting Yuika so it doesn't have the ability to just bounce back its important card to dodge removal, or like you could lower the ceiling by just banning Ophelia. I feel like that's a bit extreme, but those are like the ways that I could see them affecting Willista a bit. I don't think Willista really needs to be banned, though. It's not been topping that much, statistically. It is a very powerful deck, though.
Sure. And then, like, another thing that people were assuming was going to happen was they were just going to be like, all right, V Premium's over, guys.
Which they have not, but also they're not supporting V Premium in any way, aside from those promos.
Yeah. And a lot of people are kind of starting to see the writing on the wall.
Yeah. I mean, for most people, the writing was, like, on the wall already. Like, most local shops are just not supporting V Premium anymore because there's no point.
Yeah, like, Premium is about to enter, or it has entered the era in Japan, but for the West, where it's more popular, you're starting to see this, like, kind of new era of, okay, you have History Collection, you have a lot of decks being at least somewhat viable. It's a lot of people are starting to be like the ones that went to Standard because Premium was too crazy. See our Luard video for details. Are now starting to go, maybe I should take another look at that.
It's okay, we'll just put Striding into Standard. That way we don't have to touch either of the alternate formats.
Yeah, that's right.
Foreshadowing.
Striding's cool.
It is. Let's see.
Anyway, just like promo images. The big cat dragon.
Big cat dragon, oh yeah.
Because it kind of looks like a derpy cat.
It does.
Let's see. I swear we've already had something called Chakrabarthi Rising.
I think so. It might have been Chakrabarti, like, what if it's like Rise of Chakrabarti?
No.
Chakrabarti Rising.
No, it was Minerva, but we had very similar names for Chakrabarthi before. I need to go look at all the booster sets again.
Yeah. Well, because we never remember the names, just the numbers.
Yeah.
It's all yeah.
No, it was Blazing Dragon No, it was Awakening of Chakrabarthi. That was set 4.
There you go. So one, he woke up. The next one, he got out of bed.
Another.
Yeah, he's now rising.
Form, nice.
Okay.
Yeah. He has RGB gamer lights.
Oh my god.
Oh, he does.
Look at his spear. He actually does have RGB gamer lights.
For people listening, so more forms. You have Marchfleur Leonore Vivance, Flaming. What?
Where is the fucking thing? I stand by my hatred. This was one of the 2 FFRs in my case. A card that's going to be irrelevant in 2 sets.
Yeah, Flaming Holy Sword Equip, Store of Virina, and then Youthbird Revolver and Full Blast. It's more of those.
Somehow still be shonen under his mask.
Yeah. And then I love the name of this set. Lyrical Monasterio number 4, I'll Bully You.
Excuse?
That's the name of the set.
What the hell?
It's a Halloween themed. I'm glad they're finally doing themed boosters with like the festival collection and now this one.
Okay, yeah.
Like lyrical art is so goddamn boring.
Mm-hmm. Because it all looks the same. It's all, Yeah. It's all.
This actually looks like something now. Oh.
And then we got 3 new ride lines out of that. Triple X Trick, Finel, and then Levrosor, Charmot, and then Dorgan Eyes Siana.
She has a bag over her head. That's cute.
Maybe
I want that.
Maybe because she might turn people to stone if she takes the bag off. I knew that mythology class would come in handy. You have Halloween-themed dress-ups, so Fortia.
All right.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat. I like that as a form of reprints where, like, maybe it's not just a different pose. It's like...
I mean, the dress-ups are just different cards.
The only thing I remember about Halloween-themed cards is there was a card in, I believe, Girlfriend Beta for Weiss that was, like, had a bunch of pumpkins on it, and it was super annoying at the time.
The card itself was?
Yeah, it was people just called it pumpkin. because it had pumpkins on it. No one knows the name of Wise cards. This is the first thing I understand.
I'm David Pumpkins. And, yeah. And then the next thing. So you've seen Chrono Jet, you've seen Messiah, and now
Shiranui and Luard. Foreshadowing. So yeah, we're just gonna keep putting strides into standards, and I am all for this.
Yeah, so Shiranui will be in his Oboro form, so I think they're just doing that, like with the history collection thing. It's Shiranui.
They have just decided that they don't want to do hand ripping. They are just keeping with Oboro,
which I am fine with. Dominate is a very cool mechanic.
It is a cool mechanic. It's also like not actually that confusing because like the board state doesn't actually change.
Well, what's funny about Dominate is if you don't think about it at all and just perform as like you assume that they would, it's fine.
Yeah.
But as long as you just don't try to think about it past that.
Is it one of those things where, like, if you're walking across a tightrope, if you just look ahead instead of looking down, it makes it easier?
I don't know. I've never walked across a tightrope, but probably.
Of course you haven't. Look at the three of us. We're very top heavy, all of us.
You know, fair enough.
Just a little bit. And then we're also getting Luard, which you should have been able to see from a mile away because we already have Chrono Jet and Messiah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Asha enjoyers.
Rest in peace, Alt Mile enjoyers. Where's my abs?
At least like Royal Paladin kind of has a thing. Like nothing. I guess we just got the new token lady. The promo.
Yeah, I guess, but I really like Alt Mile. So sorry, no. RIP the rest of Team Tri-3. I really do feel bad for Asha though. Neo Nectar doesn't get enough love as a clan.
Yeah. So the release schedule for Japan is next month we're getting the stand-up deck sets, which is why they're just finishing up all the reveals. August is BT12, September is BT13, October is Lyrical 4, and then November is the Stride sets, and I assume there's just going to be nothing in December.
Makes sense, Christmas season. And, I assume it's like, so what, we're going to get Shiranui and Luard in like February, probably.
Okay, so let's look at what we have right now because I think they already announced the English date for 12. Let's see. I know we just got Masquerade. Clash of the Heroes is coming out in September because August is History Collection and next month is Festival.
Okay.
So 12. We do not. Okay, we have the English date is October. Okay. So if we go by that, 12 November is probably going to be BT13, and then Lyrical 4 is probably in December. So we're probably getting the deck set in like February. Yeah.
I completely guessed that. That worked out so well. All right. So what we were saying about V not getting any support, literally, we got 2 promos, which is like this has been a through line where every clan is getting their Cataphil, which I've talked about on this show before. But to those who have forgotten, all of them they're all grade 2s. Every clan's getting one. All of them have this second effect, which is it from hand at the start of your ride phase. If your Vanguard is grade 1 or less, you can discard it, check top 5, choose any grade 2 or less card, and put it in your hand. And then they all have some van or rear battle effect.
They're Amber clones.
Kind of, yeah. Better Amber clones because they're not GB restricted. You can do them on Vanguard. For Administrate Angel, for OTT, it's van or rear once per turn. When this unit attacks while boosted, counterblast 1, look at the top 3 cards, choose up to 1, put it in your hand, put the rest on top or bottom. It's not too bad. And then Riveting Franchet. I don't know why I'm on the French stuff today. For Grand Blue, which is when it attacks while boosted, counterblast 1, choose a card from your drop with a different name, call it a rare. Pretty solid. Yeah.
And then Dear Days.
So they're
still going to be like a year behind. And then additional cards for all the stand-up deck sets.
Okay, so we got some reprints here. So for Graham Grace, we have I forgot her name, but she's the
That's the one where you reveal a trigger if you have like 3 or more in damage. You put in the soul countercharge, I believe.
no, she's end of battle that she attacks while boosted. If you have 3 or more face down damage,
Okay.
put her into soul countercharge.
Yeah.
You have this guy, the super expensive
Barbara.
Farbra. Yeah.
Yeah, that one I know. It's on play counterblast 1. Look at top 3, call a grade 2 or less, or add a grade 3 to hand.
Yeah, very very good card and very nice that it's being reprinted. Some angel thing that's the one that works with Youthberg mostly.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is specifically Graham Grace support, which is good.
Yeah, it's also not good.
It's okay. It's like
it's not good.
Yeah. And then the cup. So for Favernil, somebody go for it.
Okay, so we have the grade 3. This one's annoying because the grade 3 is a promo.
Oh.
So I believe that one is like when it attacks, you can put another unit into your soul, and then countercharge. So when it attacks a Vanguard, if you have a Vanguard of Favernil, put another rearguard into soul, retire one of your opponents, and if the sum of dark states is 13 or more, countercharge.
Not bad.
I do not remember what that grade 2 was. It was something that happened like when you ride your Vanguard.
She's like on play, you you soul charge, and then the counter blast thing is like you recycle her somehow. I can't remember what the full thing is. It's very whatever.
Do you remember what set it's from?
No, it's Crimson something. Like
okay,
Crimson.
there it is. When it attacks a Vanguard, soul charge 1, Axel, counterblast 1, put it into drop, soul charge 1, your Vanguard gets 10k. This sucks.
There you go. Yeah. So, whatevs.
Falcate Performer, just grab a card with a different grade.
From drop, put it in soul, which, yes, good. And then...
it's not that good. I don't know why they printed it here. That's not good in Favernil.
I think it's just for the reprint.
And then Brainwash Swirler, finally.
Yeah, so Brainwash Swirler gets a reprint, and once again the cup, and then lastly for Orphist, Matt, you want to do this one?
Sure. So for Orphist, we got I
hate this.
You can barely read it.
Yeah. Here, I'll do this.
I actually do. I do know most of these.
Oh, do you? All right.
Yeah.
I am.
Because they're also in Japanese.
Yeah. Which cards are these?
So the grade 3 is a bend robust. So that's the one where it's like on play, you counterblast, search your deck for an order with the same name as something in your order zone.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember that one.
And then like if you have multiples with the same name, it gets 10k.
And the next one is the one where you can kill 3 tokens to restand it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have, is that Combine Rusher there?
Yes.
Looks like it, yeah.
And then Bulbamon, of course, and Sanctaria.
I don't know why they're only giving Sanctitude to Orphist.
I mean, yeah, it's weird, actually, but whatever.
Presumably because the mask is coming out, so they know you're not going to play the Grail.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, like, I'm just happy it's another, like, way to get that.
It's another printing of Sanctitude, a card that desperately needs more printings.
Yes. Cards to receive alternate art. So, Best Harvest. Language Shot. Good. And then what's Dancing Store Elmer?
I don't know.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, right. We have more promos.
More freaking promos. July and August, first half. So, Impediment Slicer. Cool name. Grade 1, if you have a Vanguard with Bruce and your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater. Counterblast 1, choose up to 1 grade 4. Your unit card with Bruce from your deck, soul, or drop right at his stand, and return this card to your deck and shuffle. And then on Guard Circle, if you have a grade 4 Vanguard with Bruce, this gets shield plus 10k. Huh.
So the problem with this is like you're not going to get Final Rush on your first turn still, because like the old Bruces are at the start of the turn, and then the new one is at the start of your battle phase.
Yeah.
So like this still the deck still has the same problem of doing nothing turn 3. It just helps you find the Bruce more consistently.
Yeah. This also seems like you could do even then that doesn't make any sense. You're right. Bummer. Swing and a miss, guys. Brand K. Security upgrader.
Yeah.
So if you have a Vanguard with Seraph and you did not ride this turn, retire this unit. Search your deck, hand, or drop for up to 1 grade 4. The Seraph rides its stand and shuffle. If you wrote a card, your opponent chooses a card from their drop, imprisons it in prison, and until the end of the turn, reduce the cost of all auto abilities of the card that was written by Counterblast 1.
This one is so good compared to the other one.
Yeah, you know it's good when there's this one guy in my locals group chat who barely comes, where even he pops out of the woodwork and goes, "So prison's broken now."
Yeah.
Like, we haven't heard from you in like 6 months, but hi.
Yeah, so you can't do it the turn you ride to grade 3, which is probably the good thing.
Yeah.
But like this guarantees you get the grade 4 because you can just search it from anywhere.
Mhm.
It doesn't cost anything because you're just retiring this unit, and then your imprison effect becomes like counterblast free, so you just have to soul blast the Seraph now, which you will definitely do because you're on a Seraph.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This card is crazy.
Mhm. Yeah, so if you haven't figured this out by now, this is support cards for the original Ride Lines grade 4s.
Yeah, but they didn't do it for Nirvana or Magnolia.
Now, granted, this says first half, so I assume the rest of them are coming later.
Yeah.
That said, where's my Magnolia stuff, man?
Oh yeah, also Kyrie. I forgot Kyrie existed, to be honest.
Yeah. Matt, you want to do the Cater one? Yeah.
So the Cater one is Sage of Progress LeBron. So an act on rear. If you have a Vanguard with Bastion in its card name and your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, you can counterblast 1, put this card unit into soul, choose one of your grade 4, choose up to 1 grade 4 card with Bastion's card in your hand and write it as stand.
This one is so much worse.
Yeah. So wait. So the one above, literally the one right above it, searches the deck, hand, or drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the one here, LeBron, the king, if you will.
Yeah, from downtown. Yeah.
Is only hand?
Yeah.
What?
I like the Bruce one also can search like deck, soul, and drop.
I don't understand.
Deck, soul,
I
drop.
feel like I'm missing something.
Yeah.
Am I missing something?
Maybe they're like, oh, it's a grade 3. It counts for the Bastion count. You're like, really? Come on, guys. It's
like this one. I don't know how they like made one that was okay, one that is supremely broken, and then Bastion is just. It's the fucking. The King Ghidorah. Was that the meme with like you have the 2 vicious heads and then the one derpy one?
Yeah. Oh, the dragons. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Literally, yes. Oh my god. Somebody make that meme, or I'll make it by the time I post this. It depends. The other 3 promos. Yeah. So we'll find out next week what the other 3 are.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's literally the King Ghidorah meme.
Yeah. You know what? That's probably going to be the thumbnail for this episode. Let's see. Do more. Okay. Got more Toad and Rambu stuff that I'm skipping, and then Heroes. Which, do we care about Heroes? Or
I mean, not really, but we can talk about it. At the end of battle attacks, if you have a Vanguard with B hero, so last one, retire it. Choose 1 card scouted to your base, add it to hand, and then choose a base card from hand or drop, put into your order zone. So this is just a way for you to stack bases up more. I don't play the B hero deck, so I don't know how relevant that is.
I don't either.
Ask Rice.
Yeah. Which, we got to get him back on this show. It's been a while.
Let's see. So this is a promo for the Highlander grade 3 that they gave out as a tournament promo for EN. So its name becomes the promo's name. At the end of your turn, you can re-ride the promo from your soul, and then if you have a Vanguard with the promo's name, it gets 5k. So this just allows you to get the re-ride with the Highlander girl.
Okay. And then... Blitz Staff.
This card is crazy.
Grade 1 for Brandgate. If there are 3 or more cards in your order zone, this unit cannot be chosen by your opponent's card effects and gets power plus 5k, includes your opponent's cards, so that works for prison too. Active on the opponent's turn as well, and then auto on rear once per turn. When either player's unit is placed on rear from the order zone during either player's main phase, soul blast 1, draw a card. Wow.
This card is crazy.
That's cracked, dude.
So, I mean, Prison is suddenly eating really good after being irrelevant for the last like 5 sets.
Which is funny because like I don't think it especially needed all that much. It seemed like perfectly fine.
Deck's like not very good right now.
Is it just like everything moved past it and it just didn't get anything? Yeah, that's.
Like the grade 4 is still crazy. It just like does not have the like offensive pressure or hand advantage that other things have now, or the speed.
Sorry, I'm screenshotting these so I can do the meme after this. But yeah, so we're pretty much caught up on that. I guess I don't really have much else to say. I already did the little YouTube short about Chaos Breaker and how you could use it to like kneecap the history collection strides. You guys don't have anything to say about that, do you? Or,
no. That was one of those like I didn't think about it up until this point, but now that it's been brought up, yes, of course it works that way.
Yeah. I don't know how like especially meta relevant it's going to be. Like I'm sure there's going to be people going like, finally I can play Chaos again.
Sure. Have fun losing the Highlander still.
Pretty much. But yeah, so we haven't seen you guys in a couple weeks. It's good to see you again. Thanks everybody for listening. At Nexus at Night on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok. If you want to support the show, patreon.com/Nexus at Night. Merch, playmats. Thanks to Darren, Cole, Josh, Jeremy, GR, Ali for being $10 patrons. How about the rest of us?
I want to say one thing first.
Go for it.
Is that chill out on the Luard shit.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Holy shit, you guys are going crazy.
Yeah. What the like it's gonna kill the game.
Luard is not what rebooted the game anytime.
No. It is definitely
anytime. What rebooted the game is bad decisions otherwise. The V era, so original Luard had nothing to do with them rebooting G. Right.
Absolutely not. It was around for like 5 sets before anything.
G had much other crazy shit. And G was cool. Whatever. It was chill.
Yeah, like V never really felt like it went
Luard
super
is
crazy.
An obvious
honestly.
Design oversight. It had nothing to do with the Luard support and had everything to do with the Phantom Blaster Dragon support. If you remember. It was not so long ago, but it feels like it was because of COVID.
Yeah. Also, V was a disaster before that happened, let's be real.
Gifts are a mistake, straight up.
Yeah, like at that point we had already gone through like the Excel meta with like Hyuga, Lukier, and Angerblader, I think. And then we had triple restanding Riviere back when she wasn't the once per turn. And then like right before Luard came out, we had Zarzan and just Premium Collection 2020 in general.
So like, it was a lot of rough things going on. I think Luard's coming back is cool. I think Strides and D are pretty cool.
They are.
Jet is a solid deck, not broken or anything. It's just good.
Yeah. It's like still good even after the Brainwash Swirler choice restrict.
Yeah, but there are like now like crazy decks out there. And Chrono Jet's fine. It's not great. It's fine. But like I think the strides are cool. Cool way to bring them back. The only thing that bothers me is Keter has like 6 of the encounters.
Yes.
That's like literally the only thing that bothers me about it. I'm just like, why do they have 6? But it's really because if you look at like the history of Vanguard, like a lot of things that were just like a lot of like the cards that would be brought back or encounters happen to be in Keter class.
Yes.
Like things like
Royals
had a ton of them. Shadow Paladins, Royal Paladins, Minerva. There's just too many too much in Royals basically. Yeah. But I would like to see some more counter cards, especially out of like Brand Gate and Zoo.
Yeah.
Or whatever they call it. Okay,
yeah, definitely. I would love to see like I did like a encounter ride line for Leopold. On like a custom card thing. Like it was pretty fun.
Yeah, just do and you could change up a lot of like using kind of modern design sensibilities of like cards that sucked before but might be cool now. But I guess like if they want to keep it like with what's it called, Chrono Jet, where you can use the old ones, you might you might have to change some stuff. But either way, like I think it's cool.
Yeah.
But
they also seem to be going with like what has TDs.
Yeah. People need to chill though. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
I might make a separate video about this topic later, but yes, people need to fucking chill out.
I think it's cool. And you know what? I haven't thought a lot of things were cool, but this is cool.
That's true. His cool
Literally, the
threshold
only
is
problem is
pretty
that Keter just has all the fucking encounters. That's literally the only thing I care about.
Yeah, and we can just blame the paladins for that.
Correct. Yeah, I'm gonna
When
continue to blame main character clans.
when half of the nation is main character clans, it's kind of hard to not do that.
But yeah, show some in
Yeah.
Brain Gate, please. Thanks.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, like Dimension Police have like a semi-relevant character.
I mean, I guess we had Messiah, and that's the only one, right?
Yeah, Messiah's like the only one.
Yeah, but like there's plenty of there's a ton. Yeah, you can like. I guess they want one that, like you said, has a TD, right?
Yeah.
That's harder.
Yeah, so like Messiah. Okay, yeah, because the original.
None of them have TDs.
Stargate.
So like, yeah.
I'm also
I
trying to
believe
think
they'll
of like
figure it
what
out.
characters are relevant. So Dimension Police is the most obvious one because D Robos had that one guy who was like a pretty important minor character.
I think you'd have a harder time doing it with Nova Grappler because they're like Kamui. Like part of his character was just jumping around.
Yeah, like Kamui is weird. If you did it, you'd have to do like Victor probably as an encounter.
Yeah, Victor or I don't know, Asura Kaiser or
not Ashura Kai.
Wow.
I feel like he stuck with beast deities the most.
Okay, so
He
yeah,
had like Azure and Illuminal Dragon, but also later on he used Ethics Buster. So like,
okay, yeah, then like beast deities makes sense to like be cohesive.
yeah, what
With
was
that.
even in fucking
I don't know.
Stargate?
Tell
Okay,
you
we
what,
have a
so-
Link Joker one.
Some future episode. I think we're probably gonna do like we haven't done a created card episode in a long time, but maybe do a like all right encounter right lines for D. Send them in. So this is our official, start working
Hard
on
mode,
it.
no Keter.
Hard mode, no cheater. Yeah. Send it to us at Nexus at Night on Twitter. You can DM. or
I don't
just
want to see your what's some dumb Keter card that somebody might make one for.
Alfred.
Perfect.
God. Yeah, I don't need to see your Ganslot ride line.
Mm-hmm.
So Matt, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Wiggums2Gs2Zs.
You can find
about
me
that
at Plasma
tangent.
Eclipse.
Okay, no, it was awesome. Find me at Atlas Novak, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or on YouTube at The Epileptic Comic, or my other podcast at Generation Dan about generational differences. So thanks everybody for listening, and until next time, I was Atlas.
I hope Luard can recycle PGs.
Same here. Let's just print. What's it? Let's just
That'd be
print Ezra
sick.
as it was.
Anyway, I'm Matt.
And he's Root Beer, and have a good night, everybody.